TikTok has new himbo kings, but who are the Montana Boys? Why is everyone so obsessed with them? And why is there age gap discourse? Oh my god, come with me on a journey of nonsense on this, Scroll Deep, the show that keeps up with internet craziness so you don't have to. The Montana Boys, bunch of hunks from Montana, the Sunshine State, have taken TikTok by storm by doing very little indeed.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try.
See, not much. We were just messing around, says Caleb, one of the boys. One day we decided to make a quick TikTok together. It just blew up from there, and we were like, let's run with it. It's like he's in the room. So let's meet the team. First up, we got Caleb Campbell Winterburn. Caleb Winterburn, cool name. The leader of the pack, loves a cowboy hat. Then you got Cade Cutter Wilcox, the fastest circumciser of the Old West. The jester of the pack and runt of the litter, according to himself. He says when he's out on the town, it's hard to get the attention of the ladies because he's with the other boys. He's also the OG member. Then you've got Mark Estes, mechanic and weapons expert. Then you got Arthur Morgan, the scoundrel with a heart of gold. Dutch, you said you had a plan, Dutch. Dutch, please. And they live in Montana. So, to help you orient yourself. So, if by the coast you have the Beach Boys, and then further out you have the Island Boys. Coming back into the city you have the Backstreet Boys, and then if you head up towards the mountains you have the Montana Boys. And then if you're flying in the sky, you just have the Boys. So the Montana Boys, they started their account in 2019 and they looked a bit different then. They're a bit less country, but some of the key ingredients were still there. You know, there was a group of them. They were dancing around and doing very little. But then in 2023, they started turning their hats backwards, and that's when things got crazy. And they started getting way more views. Sometimes it just takes a little... And they quickly began to introduce cowboy hats the very same year. Ma'am. And that's when the yeehaw fashion era began. And clearly they were onto something with the cowboy hats because that's when they started incorporating horses, ranch dressing. It was crazy. But they didn't go full ranch until they'd paid a visit to the Yellowstone set. Yellowstone is a TV show that you may or may not watch, but every single person over the age of 14 billion people watch that show. I don't think, does Gen Z watch that show? I don't think they even know it exists, but it's like the biggest show in the world. But they're popping off now, these Montana Boys, because country music is having a bit of a moment. Don't call it a comeback, all right? It's always been back. It's always been back, Dutch, God damn it. And the rise of bro country, or bruntry, which is a form of country pop originating in the 2010s. I guess it's a bit like boom clap music. But you know the style, it's influenced by like bit of hip hop, bit of hard rock, bit of electronica. It's like kind of modern, but it's like, at the end of the day, I love my truck. And it's all about the country life, you know, going to the bar, having fun, just a blue collar guy. And they've embraced that lifestyle. Even Beyonce has embraced country recently with Cowboy Carter. Everyone's in the country mood. Did your boots stop working? Did your hat fall off? Did your britches fall down in front of the town? Everyone's a little bit country at the moment, and the Montana Boys have capitalized. But this being the internet, there is of course criticism. People are of course mad at them. First of all, their content is beyond basic. Nothing really happens. They're part of a genre of internet star that fascinates me, which is people who are attractive enough that that's their talent. Like, you know those videos where a girl will just kind of like adjust her hair? And that's the whole video, but she's really attractive. And all the comments are like, she did that! She popped off! Like, I wish you could do that. I suggested there's a bit of a double standard with the Montana Boys because it's like they don't get as much criticism as the female creators who do nothing at all. Won't someone please think of the hot people, you know? But it also gives us a chance to engage in our favorite online nonsense. Say it with me, everybody. Age Gap Discourse. Welcome back to Age Gap Discourse, everyone. The never-ending conversation that no one ever quite gets right. So, Kristen Cavallari, she started dating Montana boy Mark Estes, and there's an age gap. He's 24, she's 37. Everyone's like, oh my God, should she go to jail? Should he be killed? What is this about? For context, she's a reality star. She also has 3 kids. I think the kids are like around 10, all of them. Like, none of them are like his age. But you know, will he be a dad to these kids? Maybe, yeah, probably not. And that's fine. Kristen said, quote, back in like September, I'm scrolling and I come across this boy group.
So I go, holy shit, who are these guys? Because they're so hot, but specifically this one.
So now they're in a relationship and everyone's like, can this 24-year-old and this 37-year-old be in a relationship? And like, I don't know, because age gap discourse is very fraught online. You get a lot of people who are like, a 21-year-old dating a 20-year-old is terrible. You get people who are like, he's 50 and she's 63, that's terrible. In this case, 24 and 37, what do you think? Seems fine. He's 24, I mean, he's a grown man. But what we're all really here for is my audition to become the 9th or possibly 50th member of the Montana Boys. They're a bit like a K-pop group where they just kind of rotate people in and you're never quite sure how many members there are. So this is my audition for, if you guys could give me some, like, Dear Boots or something, can you give me some music?
I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from. Where everybody knows my...
And that's it really, isn't it? That's kind of...
All my friends are still the same.
Dutch! Said you had a plan, Dutch!
Yeah, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life.
Well, what do you guys think? Should I be the next Montana boy?
Winterburner says yes.
Winterburn says yes. That little runt Caleb better let me in. Cade or whatever they're called. Anyway, thank you to Cade, Crumbly and Carson and all the members of the Montana Boys for this episode of Scroll Deep. And if you've made it this far, make sure to like and to follow for all the latest internet nonsense. We keep up with this stuff so you don't have to. Imagine how free you are that you didn't have to watch 1,000 Montana Boy videos like I did. Well, I didn't really do it. I mean, I watched one. Are you here for the Montana Boys? Are you here for the Cowboy Renaissance? Scoot your boots down to the comments and let me know. Till next time, we'll leave you with our famous catchphrase, my name is John Marston. No, I was gonna make another Red Dead reference, but I feel like that's not relevant enough to our cool Gen Alpha audience. So I'll make a more timely video game reference. It's me, Skibbity Toilet Man, and I eat Robux. Till next time. By the way, speaking of country stuff, those videos where people like replace horseshoes on horses and they like clean all the muck out of a horse's hoof, great stuff. Because a horse hoof is basically like fingernail material, right? It has no feeling, so you can just like really get in there. And you know the horse is like, oh yeah. Yeah!